Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War week, campaign 10, week 8, day 6. So today, we are going to be focused on delving, and a lot more delving. So of course, we had yesterday, the introduction of the faction for Hellcrag, the Obsidian Deaths. Our goal is to start doing skip method, though we kind of already started, though somewhat not started in the sense that we keep forgetting to. However, yeah, we will go keep doing the 5-room rush. Unfortunately, it's a 5-room, not a 3-room or a 4-room. But we'll keep doing that, go straight to the final room, and start making our progress to 500. Will we get all the way to 500 to stream? I'm not sure. We're going to try. I don't think we're going to go all the way there. But, yeah, we're just going to keep grinding at it. Get our progress on it, get our rewards, which we're almost at. And then go get the 500 Spear faction done, as is the entirety of leaderboard, though we're not aiming for leaderboard. As you can tell by us being 10 times lower than what score we probably need. Because realistically, the leaderboard's gonna be like 3 million plus. So yeah, no. But we're currently going with this team, Hiking Iron, Thrall, Zugaf, Leprechaun. Unfortunately, still haven't covered the video yet. Still been a bit busy with a couple other things. I do plan to cover that hopefully tonight or very exceedingly early tomorrow morning before we start Xenoblade. Xenoblade's not canceled tomorrow. We will be doing that, the Xenoblade stream, since we didn't have time to do it today. But we will indeed start that up tomorrow. I hope to finish that game by Wednesday. I think we'll be able to. I believe we have 4 chapters left. And we're going to try focusing on not the side quests. Because I think we're leveled up enough and everything in hard mode that I think we could just go straight for the storyline. Unless they kind of force us into some kind of side quest needed for the main story. But that'll pretty much be our game plan. We should hopefully be able to finish it out next week. Well, we're definitely finishing it next week. If it'll be finished on Wednesday is the part that's in question. And even if we finish on Wednesday, we might still do one more stream of it to cover some endgame. Though if it's anything like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I don't know, I mean, like 2, I mean. The endgame might be DLC locked, and the DLC for it isn't actually out yet. Like, they have a DLC pack, but the actual part of that isn't really out. So I'm not sure exactly what the end game is like for the game, but we might check it out if it seems worth streaming and messing around with that. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope all of you had a wonderful weekend so far. Hello, Bill. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Roman. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Dwight. Let's see. Your youngest daughter turned 21 today. Nice. Happy birthday to your daughter. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Inflame. Hello, Lester. Hello, Annalisa. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, Michael. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the Molten Dipper. Isn't that the one for the Kingdom? Yeah, the Kingdom weapon's not that bad. Has some synergy here and there. I still feel like the contract one is overall better. Oh, yeah, we got a haircut today. What is the longest hello we've ever done? Oh gosh, I think we did like a 10-second hello before for one. Did we get a haircut? Yes, of course. That's where all the hair went. Hello Draco. Hello Cookie. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. We've become bald. Yeah, I've just been bald the whole time. The hair was a lie. And now I got a haircut. I have 2 hairstyles, on and off. Those are my hairstyles. There's pretty much nothing in between other than when it's growing. That's pretty much the only 2 hairstyles I have, on and off. This is the off version. Oh no, 0% chance to devour. Also, what's with my audio? Why is it so low? I'm pretty sure it sounds the same to you guys, but there we go. I have fixed the audio. I guess I lowered it for something earlier. I can't remember what. But it is back to normal now. Is everything shaved? No. Just the beard. Just the beard. Also, it's nice when a faction has no mean to devour on first or final fight. Makes things so much easier. Because we don't have to ever worry about misclicking. Unless they somehow got blessed or something. Which is possible. There's good gargoyle gems out right now. However, the faction itself doesn't really have that many ways to destroy it. It has like 1 exploding troop, and the exploding troop under AI control is generally not going to do much. The AI does love to explode skulls, so maybe it will because it does have skull boost ratio. For most battles, he's probably not even going to use mana. Especially since he's in first slot, so he's going to die to Zugov pretty quickly in most situations. Because he is the tank of the faction, but that also means he dies the quickest in a battle like this. Have all of you guys finished a delve yet? Getting progress on it? Are you even going for 500? Actually, that's something we could go poll. Because I'm actually curious. Are you going for 500 now or waiting? Let's see. What should we do for the poll? I guess how far did you go for the delve? Let's see. How far are you planning to go for the... What's it called? Obsidian Depths? Obsidian Depths Delve. Let's see. Free battles. Free battles. All rewards. Level 500 pure faction. Or completely skipping it. Oh no, is that the other option? I guess leaderboard. I'm gonna put leaderboard. Because I'm gonna have the free battles as free battles / skipping. Let's see, free battle / skipping it. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have one for leaderboard because realistically only 100 people are even going for leaderboard. So I'm just gonna have skipping it as the final option. Or not doing it, I should say. Not doing any. I'm not sure why you would do that. But realistically, I feel like more people would vote for that than leaderboard. Since only 100 leaderboard people can even go for leaderboard per platform. Which makes it pretty contested. Especially on the first time something comes out, because everyone's going for it. But yeah, we'll ask it that way. Because the first 3 are the main ones that people would probably go for anyways. Regardless of what I do for the 4th option there. Here we got our onion peeled. You did all of it last night? Nice. Interesting to see so many people still going for 500 pure faction. Because ever since that change they made a couple patches ago, it is technically more efficient to not spend gems on it and just get it done after a few weeks. It's kind of like a hero class situation, where you can spend thousands of gems to expedite the process, but you can also just wait a couple weeks and just get it up manually. Yeah, it's kind of how the faction system is now, since you have access to potions when it's not the event. Do you count buying the weapon as free battles? That's technically all rewards. Because can't you reach all rewards by just reaching the free weapon? I mean the weapon. Because I'm pretty sure that gets you to 230. Because to get all rewards, you have to get to like 230, 240. It depends on... well, if you're doing every single room, yeah, you only have to get to 230. The only reason we're not going to have it by that point is because we're obviously doing the room skip thing. But if you do every single room, I believe you only have to get to level 230 delve. And I'm pretty sure buying to tier 3 over the course of the 3 days is enough to actually reach it. For all rewards. Also, thank you, Isabel, for the $5 tip. Greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, that's something that I also did earlier today. The Pokemon Isabel needed for Shiny Charm in the other game. Yeah, we might be streaming Sword and Shield next weekend. I haven't streamed it in a while. Still been playing it here and there. You have some kind of funny competition that's not a serious competition, but I kind of want to mess around with it just for fun. It's going on next weekend. I believe it starts on the 11th. What day even is the 11th? Oh, that's actually a Thursday? Interesting. Yeah, I think it goes from, like, the 11th to the... Oh, no. I think that's the sign-up period. Yeah, it probably goes from the 12th to the 14th. That would make sense. Because normally they run through the weekends. Maybe on Saturday or Sunday we'll go show it a little bit. Yeah, I'm still very hyped for next gen for Pokemon. Should be a lot of fun. Also, the meta for competitive will be a lot more sane, because next month they're actually changing the format to probably the most unbalanced thing I've ever seen. It's basically the roles that Gems of War has, where you can use literally anything. And that is extremely unbalanced. in any game. When you have access to using anything in PvP. Did we get a Noctowl? It's kind of funny because while I was getting one of the things for Isabel earlier, I saw a Noctowl and I was thinking of your comment. I did not catch the Noctowl. Mostly because we already had the Noctowl. And Noctowl was the best owl. $36 million? How is it that high? Wow. I'm actually not sure what's on PC. If I had to guess, it's probably around 20 million right now. Though it depends how much they're grinding. Also, there's a whole guild of power grinders doing PvP this week. So any of them that might have done this leaderboard are probably doing PvP instead. Yeah, the highest on PvP on PC Mobile right now is 13 million. So 36 million is kind of insane. Because that's like triple, almost triple, current first place on PC Mobile. But there's a whole guild farming PvP this week. If I could click on the thingy. Like, they're at 583,000. I think they're trying to break 700,000. Because that'd be 100,000 per day. And they're on track for it. They are definitely on track to get 700,000 in a week. Because they still have the rest of today to get to 600,000, which is very doable from where they're at. Especially at the rate they've been going. And then tomorrow they would have to go get another 100,000. And I think that might be the highest ever scored in PvP leaderboard. Or pretty close to it. Because that's pretty insane. Because it's basically 100,000 per day. Probably slightly more by the time they finish. Because they'll probably do one more power push and maybe go to like 750,000. But they're definitely aiming for at least 700,000. You can tell by the current rate they've been going. Yeah, how much of a streak do they have? Though there's someone who got in the way of the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They have a 17 straight first place. Or, you know, the top of leaderboard. Like, the first 17 positions are their guild. But yeah, 17 in a row. With one guy kind of trying to break it up. Who's probably going to take, like, 15th, maybe? Based on where he's at currently. Anyways, yeah, they have a 17 straight, technically first place. Oh, yeah, why is it showing me the thing for the Mythic now? Not only was that yesterday, but we already have it. Always find it funny when it is, like you get the drop, and then, like, moments later, it's like, hey, this troop exists, you should go get it. As we already just got it. 36, 24, 22, 20. That's pretty insane. Every single one of those is higher than PC Mobile right now. Because some people really wanted to power grind it. But you have to keep in mind, once you reach a certain amount of power potions in an event like that, you kind of just auto-kill everything. Because they likely have enough potions that they're starting with, I don't know, it really depends. But they're probably starting with like almost 500 all stats, I want to say. Somewhere around there. So the amount of magic they have is pretty insane, because they probably have like a 400 something magic. Meaning just with an AoE cast, they could probably double cast the entire enemy team down. So if you just throw like double, like if you just throw like Leprechaun into double full AoE, like you pretty much just auto win at that point. Like you can't do that this steep with these stats just because it would take too long to try to kill with AoE. But when you have that many stats, you can get away with it. So it might like seem like a lot of points, but well, it is a lot of points still. But you have to keep in mind that at a certain point of power potions, you're going at such a speed that you actually can end up doing that. Because they could probably do 2 almost in the time that we're doing 1 at this level range. Just because of how much stats they have from buying that many power potions, from doing that many battles. Not to mention, if they're doing that much grinding, they're probably doing the faction to at least 200, if not higher. They're probably not higher. Getting beyond 200 is kind of hard to do, and has quite a bit of a diminishing return. However, every 25 after 200, including 200 itself, does give an additional power potion. So who knows, maybe they do. It's not a cost to do so, it's kind of steep. Like, realistically, you'd pretty much never ever get a faction above 300, let alone 200. Like, 175 and 200 is technically max. We know it does go higher. It's just the realistic max. And I'm pretty sure 0 people in the entire game have a level 1000 delve. Mostly because the resource curve for doing so is absolutely absurd. Like, if I did all of my gold for the entire, like, 5-6 guilds I've been, 5-6 years I've been in my guild, that would not even be, like, a fourth the gold you needed to actually get a level 1000 faction. I wish there was a way for this team to get enrage. Too bad Zugov didn't also imply enrage. That'd be funny. He's already strong, but you can make him slightly stronger. You're only missing 5 factions and got 4 out of 5 to 177 horde. Nice. Oh, is there another double gain at that? I don't remember what 177 is for. I know about 155 or 150. Yeah, 155. Because that's normally where we get the extra 2 magic from. I don't know every interval where double jumps though. Yeah, generally, if it's a weird number in between, it's probably because it's magic. That's almost always the case. Like, any number that isn't divisible by, like, 25, or, you know, for one of the potion effects, it's probably because of magic. Because those magic gains are always useful. Oh, why did I do that? I already had the win condition. There we go. How do you not die? There we go. Oh, so I really like that background that they have for it. We used it for the thumbnail for the Friday thing when we did the stream. Oh, so we probably won't be having a morning stream for a while. Not sure when our next one's going to be. We kind of did a lot of them recently. We're going to be taking a little bit of a break from them. Most because there's not really any kind of big content coming anytime soon. Or at least not one we do for a morning stream anyways. Like, next biggest thing we have is Medusa on Monday. I'll be doing that Monday night. I'm not going to do a morning stream for that, though. I was trying to think what the next biggest thing is after that. Oh, probably Zenith. Zenith's going to be fun. I can't wait till we get double Zenith. I'm actually not sure when that's going to be. Because that's determined based on when Zenith will be in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest drop table. And we currently have no clue when Zenith will be in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest drop table. If we had to guess, it's probably like 4 to 6 weeks after the campaign ends. Which would make sense. But we don't have any official dates as to the exact time. And we need a 24-hour stream. We probably will do a 12-hour stream of Gems of War at some point. For something. There's 2 things we could theoretically do it for. One is whenever they finally buff Treasure Hunt. We've always joked about it, but if they finally get around to ever doing a Treasure Hunt buff, we will do a 12-hour stream of Treasure Hunts. Assuming they buff the base maps as well, not just add like an epic map, because then we would also need enough to actually do that for 12 hours off the epic maps. And the other one is 12 hours of opening vault keys. A 24-hour Treasure Hunt stream. I don't think I could ever do a 24-hour stream. We've tried it before. I'm not sure how people do it. Because I think the most I could ever realistically do is like 12-ish hours. Plus that's YouTube's limit anyways. Even if we do a 24-hour stream, it has to be split into 2 streams. Have you ever heard of the streamer, it's Timmy? Nope. I know some people in RuneScape that used to do like 3 day in a row, 5 day in a row, similar streams. One of them was like almost hospitalized once because they were so sleep deprived. We actually almost did that once, though it was only a like 1.5 hour stream, or maybe it was a 2 hour stream, where we spent a bunch of glory one at a time buying spoils of war. That was back when you could infinitely buy spoils of war, but you had to do it one at a time because there wasn't a mass buy option. Because the reason they were moving it to a limit was because they were adding a mass buy option, which they have today. But before that existed, you used to have an infinite buy, but you had to do them one at a time. So we just kept doing them one at a time over and over and over again to get a lot of event keys. Which is why we have so many event keys. That and they haven't really had many things to sync event keys these days. So they're just kind of piling up, plus we had a bunch in the past. Yeah, that was like a 2 hour stream where all we did was just click one at a time, opening spoils of war, to get thousands upon thousands of event keys. It was a very slow process, but it was worth it. You can still get them for the exact same price today, but it's 10 limit per week instead of infinite. But you can do it with like a few clicks instead of one at a time. They went from the lowest to highest of Apex Legends in a single stream. That's pretty funny. Alright, we got a Mimic. Oh wait, that's not a... I'm not sure why. I thought that was like the Horde Mimic for Explore for a moment. And then I'm like, wait, I'm not doing Explore. But no, that's just the Mimic pet. We don't need Mimic pet. It is a good pet though. It's 5% gold bonus. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But, there's a little bit of a gold bonus there. Also, hello, Logis there. Welcome. You've been doing a bunch of errands? Nice. I got a few errands done today. Very busy day. I actually did get a lot done, though, for once, luckily. Though I did not post a video. I still need to do that. But otherwise, got quite a bit done today. There's still a lot of stuff I didn't do. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Not sure why I'm trying to poke him for some damage there. At this point, might as well commit all the way. Obviously, we can't devour him, but still poke him. Yeah, I don't really feel like Spoils of War should have such a low limit. Like, I understand having some limit to it, but I feel like you should be able to get more than 10 per week. 10 per week's pretty low. Like, I feel like that should be increased to like 50-ish or so. At least to 25. Because realistically, to get a Mythic off of it, you need roughly 1,000 of them. Technically slightly less, but roughly 1,000 of them. Though if you get my luck, you need 3,200. But generally speaking, like about 1,000 would normally give it to you. Which means at the current rate of 10 per week, That's essentially 100 weeks, which is over a year of the glory thingy for one mythic equivalence. Like, they could make that a little higher. Like, it should be a mythic like every 3 months, which would be 25 keys, I think. Because that would be every 25 weeks, which would be like 3 times per year approximately. Like, that'd be a much better rate. If you want to not sleep, you just think of something embarrassing. I did 40 years ago, and cringe, and then they can't sleep. Oh no, I don't feel like I would worry about stuff from that long ago. I can't think of a single thing from that long. Well, obviously I haven't been alive that long, but like I can't think of anything on my childhood that would still haunt me today in such a way. I would think more of something in like the last week than something that long ago. Is there anything that long ago would have almost no consequence to current time? Is the faction tier list still a project? Yes. There's still a lot of videos we need to cover for factions. I never did cover the series of them yet. It's still something I plan to do at some point. A lot of videos I want to cover at some point. I keep getting sidetracked with other things on. Yeah, we need to cover another Mythic tier list. A lot of people have been requesting that as well. Oddly enough, we haven't actually covered it since Ironhawk has existed. Because I believe the last one was for 2020. Which means by the time we cover it, it'll be 2 years since the previous one. Actually, wouldn't it be 3 years? Because I think I did it 2019 going into 2020. Which means, yeah, that would be the 3-year mark then, right? Yeah, that'd be a 3-year mark. I don't feel like most of the list has changed that much, though. Other than the fact that Ironhawk exists, Fair Shraw's worse because of it. And like a few others shifting ever so slightly due to new things existing. Like Lord of Slaughter's probably even higher in S tier. And a few other shifts due to other troops existing and their synergies. Like if Mistralis wasn't already in S, she's probably even higher in S now. Pretty sure it already was in S tier though. Obviously Zugov still is, Iron Gut still is. Good old Iron Gut. To this day, he's still the best elf option, which is kind of funny. You would have think after a little while they would have added a better option. He was one of the first 12 mythics, if I'm not mistaken. And to this day, he's still the best faction troop in the game. Megavore had it for some amount of time. Until like 2 or 3 months later. I think it was 3 months later. And then Iron Gut just permanently became the new option for it. Yes, you can get the Mythic from event keys. That's actually how we got ours. We got it within 3,200. And if you don't get it this week through event keys, you'll be able to try again next event. Because you have to keep in mind it's only available yesterday, today, and tomorrow. In event keys specifically. But it will be available again in 2 weeks from now. Because if I'm not mistaken, the final week of the campaign, they have the Kingdom event going again. And since it's the only Mythic in the drop table, it'll still be 100% rate, even though it's not its exclusive week anymore. Just because there's no other Mythic in the drop table. So even if you miss the 1 week exclusive, or the 3 weekends exclusive where it's an event key, you'll still be able to try forward event key and again in 2 weeks from now. I probably should double check, isn't it? It should be. I'm almost guaranteed that the final week, because it was last time. Because the final week of the pass is generally the kingdom of the event. Yeah, there it is. It's April 18th, which is the final week. Because next week will be some other event, which seems to be Mrs. Scales, and then the final week is Hellcrag for the 3rd time. Because that's generally how they go. They start with the new kingdom, then they have a different one. Then right in the middle they have the new kingdom, which is where we're at right now. Then they have a different one, which is Mrs. Scales next week. And then they end it with the new kingdom for the 3rd time. And during that 3rd week, he will also be an event key drop table. Except for, instead of only being available for 3 days, he'll be available the entire week in event key drop table. So a lot more time to get it. And otherwise using Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests for the next 5 days until Friday reset. Though that'll be the last chance you could realistically Glory Gem Guild or VIP chest for it. It's not that good of a mythic though. It's probably a mythic you want to have just because the kingdom doesn't really have any, or you know, it's the only one. But beyond that point, it's a pretty average mythic. It's a mana drain spam mythic. That's definitely better than your average mana drainer. It still isn't good enough to justify using. Is mana drain's a kind of dated mechanic in the current state of the game. I guess it can still be strong in the right context. It's just there's normally better ways to build a team than mana drain. Which is kind of funny because back in the day it was by far the strongest mechanic in the game, but then they added too many counters to it. And it kind of fell off like crazy. Because all elves have immune to mana drain, Impervious is immune to mana drain, that one indestructible trait thing has immune to mana drain. Bless has immune to mana drain. There's so many ways around it. Mana drain counters mana drain. There's a lot of ways you could deal with it. Double Empower to a degree also counters mana drain, because they normally get rolling so quick that mana drain can't even do anything, defeating the point of even having mana drain in the first place. Which is one of the most ironic things probably about mana drain, is that against teams that start with full mana, it's basically useless. Because other than Spirit Fox, there's no mana drainer that starts with full mana. And the problem with Spirit Fox is it only drains one thing. Also, there are empowered troops that have immune to mana drain, which is like the most broken thing ever. Actually, I think there's only one. There might be 2. There's not that many of them, but they do exist. Immune to mana drain, empowered troops. A combination you feel like they would never have, but they do. It's one of those really strong combinations that's like, it's a little bit too strong to probably exist. And it exists. Hello, Mason. Hello, Barbara. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Ray Gray. Welcome as well. Am I remembering to go to the Upside Down U? I think I am. I'm not even noticing if I am or not. I sure hope I am normally. I don't feel like I'm forgetting. Main reason I was forgetting the other day was because, well, I was like so tired, but also because we were doing prior the every room method, so I was still thinking like, oh, we're still doing every room. Yeah, I generally do skip method most of the times. I'd rather spend a few extra 100 gems and get it done like an hour or two early. Probably not worth the exchange rate, but I normally go for it. For already spending that many gems, a few extra 100 isn't really that big a deal. Also, based on our poll, it looks like half people are going for level 500 Pure Faction. Then it's like about a 4 for free battles, a 4 for all rewards. And some amount of people, looks like 1 or 2, voted for not doing any. So it looks like pretty much everyone's kind of evenly split there then. With the most desirable one being the highest one and the other two being pretty much even. Because I was originally going to put free battles and not doing any under the same category. Meaning they were basically at 1/4, 1/4, and then 50% on the other. So if you guys have anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Or any questions or anything. Make sure to go over them all. This is going to be a pretty grind-heavy stream. Though we will have a code soon. Because our game plan is pretty much get as deep as we can get. We might even do 500 Pure Faction tonight. Just so we can have it done when we do the video tomorrow. Or tonight. You're gonna open some event chests? Nice, good luck. There's a 0.11% chance. Or in my case, a 0.0000001% chance. What time are we starting Xenoblade tomorrow? I want to say around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably go for about 11 hours. Our goal is to get all of Chapter 4 done. And if we have time, get like half of, if not all of Chapter 5 done. Because we're not going to do any side quests. Unless there's one that seems like ultra enticing. We're just going to go straight down the line and go straight to the storyline. Also, I haven't really had much time to play it off stream. However, we are slightly more leveled than before. So we shouldn't have to stop to grind even though we're playing on hard. It looks like we're going to gain a level this stream as well. You know, I'll send out the code when we get that level. I think we'll be able to reach it. We should be able to. I always underestimate how long they take though. Because even though it seems like we're close to our level, we're probably not actually that close to that level. I know, we both simultaneously are and aren't. It's a weird situation. Like, yes, that's very close, but that's also like probably 20 minutes. Like, it seems very close. It just leveling takes forever. Don't mana drain the thing I'm about to cast. That's not allowed. I think we're going to go all the way to 500. Might as well. We're already in striking distance. Might as well go all the way. It's a little bit unfortunate we have a 5-room format. I wish I would stop doing that. Every delve should just be a 3-room format. Make things simple. If anything, it's actually in their benefit to make it a 3-room format. The main reason being, people will sink more gems if it's a 3-room format, because you need more overall sigils to get through on a 3-room format than you do on a 5. So it's actually more beneficial to them if they do a 3-room format. Well, maybe not, because technically retention player time would be higher if they did a 5-room format, but they would sink more gems if they did a 3-room format. So maybe the retention numbers are low. Or they just randomly pick a number these days. They just throw it at the random number generator of 3, 4, 5. And whatever it lands on is what they do. Are we going to do Pure Faction today? Yeah, we're going to aim to try to get it done tonight. I think we're just going to go all the way. I already came this far, might as well just finish it. And then tomorrow night we'll mess around with everything else. As well as all the spoilers for the week. Next week doesn't have as much going on, though we do get Medusa in the bigger pass on Monday. I'll be doing that Monday night. Aside from that, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty normal week. And then we have the... Oh, actually, that's not true. We get Zenith on Thursday. If you did not buy any tiers to get stuff early, we get access to Zenith on Thursday. And that's stronger than the Mythic. It basically is a Mythic. Like, it is ridiculously strong. Unfortunately, we can't run double Zenith on that day. We'll only have 1 copy. But I will still be able to mess with the initial teams for Zenith, which has a lot of potential. It's a really strong troop. Yeah, the Golem troop for Pure Faction is going to be strong. Outside that context, it's basically never going to be used. But he's the only exploder in the kingdom, so you kind of need him to do the good gargoyle, the evil gargoyle gem, whatever gargoyle gem ends up spawning. Yeah, I think it was evil. But yeah, you need them to break the evil gargoyle gems, because it's the only way to do so. So in the context of the Delve, he's actually going to be ridiculously strong. But outside that context, he's pretty much never going to be used. Isn't the Epic already stronger than the Mythic? Which one? Oh, which one? Chalcedony? Yes. Chalcedony is stronger than the Mythic we got on Friday. Yeah, Chalcedony is very broken. They basically found a way to make Rogue Spider even stronger. Or a different version of it. Like, this is basically what she is. She's just Rogue Spider for constructs. There's just a 1-color Rogue Spider instead of a 2-color one. But it does damage instead to make up for it. It also has a much better hero class tied to it. Corsair's not, like, awful. But it's also not the greatest. The main thing Corsair has going for is +3 blue. Which definitely helps in a Rogue Spider team. But beyond that, it doesn't really have too much going for it. Definitely not one of the strongest hero classes. It's decent. But like, compared to Archmages and stuff, it just has a lot more utility. Because realistically, Corsair can only be used in Night Spider team, and that's about it. Like, you can still use Geomancer in like any team you want. Oh, maybe not any, but you know. Like, it's a lot more flexible what it could be used with. Gives team diversity it's a lot higher. Like, generally Corsair has like maybe 3 teams max that it's used in, whereas Geomancer you can put in almost any team and it's kind of fine. And obviously any team that has a construct gains a huge benefit from it, even if it's only one other construct. So if you're going pure construct, then you can really start doing weird things like the 4 times or you know, Chalcedony with 4 times construct, the Stone Slicer weapon, stuff like that. Which, hopefully the Stone Slicer weapon comes back soon. I don't think we have a Druk Zoom event in the next couple months, unfortunately. So anyone that doesn't currently have it probably isn't getting it till later this year or early next year. It's not a must-have weapon for a construct. There's a lot of ways to build without it. But it is definitely a good weapon. It's one of the only few that feeds back into itself. It's almost basically like Rogue Spider, in a sense. All those weapons like that. It's not quite the same. I think its gem spawn is slightly less than Spider. But it makes up for it with damage and the fact it's on hero. Why'd I do that? He was entangled. So no free kill for you. It's only bad side with Iron. Only bad thing with Iron Gut overall. Got to deal with the annoying. If you get entangled, you have a 0% chance to actually do your mechanics. This is one of his biggest downsides. Luckily, prior to casting, we do have Bless, which can help sometimes. Because that makes it if they get an early skull, it won't really matter as much. Also, if you guys enjoyed the streams, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. And if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. I'll have a redeem code in a little bit. And we're going all the way to 500 Pure Faction. We're going to be doing the whole thing tonight. Actually, I don't have it in the title. I should probably go update the title with it. Because we definitely at this point are going to go all the way. Like, I wasn't sure when I started the stream if we were, but yeah, I think at this point we definitely are. We're going all the way. It's probably going to be like a 2-ish hour stream. I don't know, probably an hour and a half. It doesn't take that long to do 500 Pure Faction. Plus, we'll probably get it first try. It's more, like, the main time length these days is just getting there. Actually doing 500 Pure Faction in the current state of the game has never been easier. It's just actually grinding to that point is the longer time frame. Because I know some of the Pure Factions back when we had lower stats and everything, like, some of them took, like, almost an hour of attempts, especially in some of, like, the worst delves in the game that are, like, ultra luck-based. But these days, it's very easy. We have a lot more stats. Potion effects are very easy to come by. We have more stats not just naturally, but also the way that delves accumulate them through the kingdom upgrades and everything. So it's been more accessible than ever. Plus, team compositions are a lot better. Well, then again, never mind. That doesn't actually help for Pure Faction, though, does it? Helps getting there a bit quicker. But doesn't actually help the Pure Faction itself, unfortunately. But yeah, some of them just have really bad teams. I'm still not sure what the absolute definitive worst faction is. It's probably that one RNG one, where like every time you cast anything, it has a chance to transform into something else. It's just pure annoying. And it helps the enemy tank against you. Whereas it makes it so your team becomes worse over time. Which is a very annoying mechanic. And the problem is every single one of them have it. So it's not like you can spam a troop that just doesn't have the mechanic. Yeah, is that Werewoods? Isn't that what Werewoods is? Because that transform mechanic is by far the most annoying thing to ever exist. You just have a random chance every time anything casts that it will become something that you don't want it to be. And the enemy has the same mechanic, but in their case it's a benefit. Because their team composition is normally going to be worse. Plus they get to re-tank off of it with their higher durability. I was gonna say, how are you not dead off of that? You're finishing Silver and Acropolis today? Nice. Yeah, that was not too bad. It is AoE and Bless spam. I mean, you can normally just out AoE the enemy. I believe the tank there was okay as well. And is that the place that has the attack armor tank? Because that guy could actually solo the whole thing, if so. I can't remember if it was that place or not. It might be. Because there's like some kind of brown purple that gains attack and armor. Well, he's not the best thing out there. He's pretty good for tearing up the faction. Absolute strongest one in that regard is from Wild something, I think. Where it has the Wild Court. Because it has the barrier, it gains barrier, HP, and attack every time it casts. Anything that gains durability plus attack is really strong. And having a barrier plus board control plus mana accumulation on top of it makes him arguably one of the strongest faction troops in the entire game. He's also really good in Arena. Like he's pretty much like the auto-win category in Arena as well. Not as auto-win as some options, but he's really tanky. While still becoming stronger. Which is probably the biggest benefit, because just being tanky isn't always useful. But being tanky and capable of killing is very good. Yep, oh, I did do that. Oh wait, never mind. Wait, did we actually get stun on him? Wait, I thought he was immune. Must have got something on him. Anyways. Only 120 to go. And by 120, I mean 12. Imagine if you actually had to do 120 of them. That'd be insane. But you actually only have to do 48. Assuming you don't lose any. Well, technically 49 if you're doing Deathless and Pure Faction separately. Which normally they are done separately. But some of the times you can get them done simultaneously. Oh wait, why did I hit the thing that has immune? Well, in all fairness, only one of them doesn't. Well, since I already committed to it, might as well keep poking it. Oh, why did I do that? I actually did have enough damage. I always think like Iron Gut doesn't have enough to poke kill. Any more Pokemon Arceus episodes? We might do Pokemon Legends Arceus again soon. I'm not sure what I would try hunting for on stream though. Because other than just doing like a general like 12-hour, let's see how many shinies we can get stream. There's not anything particular that we really need to go for. We also don't know too many shinies from Legends Arceus that are actually confirmed for next gen either. Not to mention we already have everything, so even if something is, we already have it. Oh no, they already finished the anime. I think it was only like a 5-episode thing. It was pretty good, but it was way too short. They should have done it way longer. Oh, so I'm really surprised that game didn't get DLC. I'm not sure if it's still planned to get DLC down the line. But I'm really surprised. Out of everything that was announced in the most recent Pokemon Direct thingy, I'm actually kind of surprised that wasn't one of them. Unless they're planning it more towards the holiday. I just figured they would try doing it before Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Though what they might end up trying to do is do it around the time when it gets home compatibility. Because that's normally around January or February of next year, when Scarlet would get home compatibility or, you know, next gen thing. So maybe they'll do it around then. Because then anything that you get into DLC from Legends Arceus, you could just send over straight to Scarlet and Violet. Because they're probably going to have compatibility in Scarlet and Violet for those Pokemon. Which would be the main thing that they try to do to sell the DLC. Because if there was any time that they would do it then. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Yeah, it does seem like it's forever away. It's like 3.5 months away. Actually, why did I say 3.5? Yeah, 3.5. Yeah, that's correct. Still a while from now. We'll have like 2.5 full more seasons of Gems of War in that time. Hello, George. Welcome. We're almost there. So close yet so far. Yeah, we're going all the way. Might as well. Came this far. I should probably update the title though, because I don't think it says finishing the faction. Finishing Obsidian depth delving time. I just spelled finishing wrong. How on earth? There we go. I think I inverted two of the letters. Yep, so close to the level as well. At this point, it looks like we're almost going to gain the level at the same time we end up hitting 500. It's kind of funny. Not the way I was trying to do it, but it looks like the way it's going to go. So it's kind of funny because at the beginning of the stream we were at like 300,000 points. Now we're at 600,000. But the reason it seems like we're gaining points so quickly is because the deeper you go, the more points you get. Which is why it seems like our points are going up so high. That's mostly because as we go deeper all the way to 500, our points increase. However, once you reach 500, you don't get any more points than that. Like, even if you do 500 like 100 something times, you're still just going to get the same point as the first time you did the 500. That's still an increased rate compared to doing a lower level delve. Not like you can change it once you get there. It stays at 500. Do we really need Leprechaun? Kind of. It's mostly there for when we have a bad starting board. It's also there just to guarantee that we get Thrall going. It's mostly just for consistency. Like on a board like we just had there, actually there was a way to take purple. But if there's no way to take purple, this team's gonna go really slow. And the easiest solution to that is just immediately cast Leprechaun. It just makes the consistency of the team go up higher. Like, you definitely don't need it to win. But it makes it so the average game plan is pretty much the same every time. Like, on a board like this, you don't have any purple to take, so you're not going to get any mana off of Thrall. Which means we would have to wait 2 turns before we could actually cast Thrall. Whereas this way, we could just immediately go into everything. $1,000, 1,000. That's always funny when that happens. Especially 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. HP armor is a lot easier because it's higher. Plus we don't have to worry about them being entangled or anything. Off those bad gargoyles. Good old bad gargoyles. Which we just got hit by one, didn't we? We have a Lycanthropy there. Poison over there. The other two had Bless, so they didn't get hit. Are you gonna replace it with Purple Storm? Purple Storm doesn't affect starting board though. That's the only problem with a storm like that, or any storm for that matter. You need an initial board clear before it does anything. Having a storm has no effect on what your starting board ends up becoming. It only affects any cascaded gems thereafter. Oh, he just dodged. Really? He just dodged twice. Really? I'll take a third skull just for the fun of it if there was. He just dodged 100% of all skulls with a 20% dodge. Which sounds about right. Somewhere's like a 90% chance. At least that's exactly what 20% means. Speaking of 20, 420. Which means we got 8 more left. Technically 9, because of Pure Faction plus Deathless. I mean, yeah, Pure Faction plus Deathless. But I might try doing both of them simultaneously. Just for the fun of it. Because we definitely could. We start with a tank up front and then a bunch of damage behind. As long as that tank survives all the way to the end, it shouldn't be that hard. The only annoying part is that we have to take the 5-room thing to get there. Also, that reminds me, does anyone know where the guaranteed treasure rooms are in this location? I haven't been paying attention despite the fact we ran through it like 40 times. If I had to guess, these 2 corners are guaranteed treasure rooms. Though, oddly enough, this time around all 3 of them are treasure room. Wait, is even that side one treasure room? Is this basically just Hall of Guardians? But they put the 4 treasure rooms all at the bottom? Wait. Is this like Super Hall of Guardians? Or it's basically just Hall of Guardians 0.5? Where it's basically this weaker format of Hall of Guardians. Because Hall of wait, is it really? No, because that one isn't. That would have been really funny. But yeah, I think that bottom might actually be a triple guaranteed treasure room. It's not as good as Hall of Guardians though. Even if all 4 of them down there were treasure room, it still wouldn't have been as good. Yeah, the bottom 3 are treasure room. Okay, that's what I thought. So it's basically just worse Hall of Guardians in every way. But still similar to Hall of Guardians. Because Hall of Guardians was also a square that had them all the way hidden at the furthest location. Your percent versus AI percent. We've gotten some really lucky percent rolls before though. I'm still holding out on that triple 7% kill though. I think we have gotten it once before. I know for sure we've gotten a triple kill many times before. But that's a lot more likely. You just have to hit 2 7%, which is rare, but you know, not that rare. Like, it's less than 1%, but you know, if you're using that team a bunch, it's eventually going to happen. Or is getting the full team wipe is exceedingly rare. This game still exists? Is it better than ever? Yes. Oh, so hello, JZG. Oh gosh, it's been a while. Yeah, this game's still been going good. They actually reached Puzzle Quest 3. And that game is failing, so they're gonna still keep supporting Gems of War. So now they have even more incentive to keep supporting Gems of War. Which is probably one of the only good things about Puzzle Quest 3 not really doing too good right now is they're gonna have to keep supporting Gems of War. Let's see, because if Puzzle Quest 3 took off, they could have the incentive to be like, we're just gonna like abandon Gems of War now. But now that it hasn't, how was Puzzle Quest 3? The gameplay was good. The economy is one of the biggest messes I've ever seen. But the gameplay is actually pretty solid. I enjoyed the gameplay. The storyline also wasn't awful. But beyond the storyline, there's like no content. Other than like endless paywall grinds. And also, to max a character is about the same cost as Diablo's Immortals. Which is a much bigger IP. Yet it has a similar price tag. And you have to do that per character because they have different colors. So one set of colored gear wouldn't work for a different character for a different set of colored gear. Yeah, Gems of War's been doing really good. They've had a lot more content. Decently frequent updates. They've even started posting roadmaps. Which is kind of pretty standard, but at least they're doing it now as well. And Gems of War is still very free-to-play accessible. Pretty much everything that ever touches the game is still claimable free-to-play. They still try selling a bunch of stuff, obviously, to stay alive. But, overall, it's still one of the most, like, free-to-play friendly games. It's also pretty easy to catch up these days. They added super Vault events, like, a year ago. And it's possible, off of just a couple Vault events, to catch up entirely in the game. These are just drowns you in loot. Like, if you haven't played a Nomapalooza yet, where you know, like, the current state of Vault events, unfortunately, we just had one the other week, so it'll be, like, several weeks before another one comes around. Probably, like, October, realistically. Or maybe late September. Actually, probably late September. But, yeah, those events give so much loot. Like, one single Vault event can give you more loot than an entire year of Vault events prior to the buff. Like, it's almost 1.5 years of Vault events in one single weekend. It's pretty insane. At least pre-buff anyways. And that's after they nerfed it 3 times. That's how good it was for loot. And even after 3 nerfs, it's still like 1.5 years of Vault events prior to the change. And that's after the nerfs. Let's see. We'll throw that down. You're so mean on Puzzle Quest 3. I don't know. I still like Puzzle Quest 3. And I still want it to, like, be a game. Because I do enjoy the Puzzle Quest series. It just has so many problems, and they're doing very little to address the very, very huge issues. Though it is still technically in beta. Why did I think that would kill him? Literally entangled. Trying to kill him with a 5 damage skull while he has like 300 something durability. He got hooked. I think we're still the #1 guild in the game, though we are losing traction on #2. Because they saw that we were #1 and they're like, oh, we need to go take that #1 spot. So they've been doing pretty good at doing that. I don't mind if we lose #1 though. It was fun while we had it. We can still say similar to how we won the first ever Gems of War. we can still say we were the #1 guild in Puzzle Quest 3 for about a year. Hey, we gained a level. Let's go hand out a code thingy. Let's see. Put it in that one. But yeah, we also won the very first Guild War in Gems of War. It was probably the biggest achievement we ever had. Let's see. That was back when our guild was like ultra tryhard for Guild Wars. Now we're kind of just a casual endgame guild in Guild Wars. We just kind of float around bracket 3 to 5. 1 second, just getting the code. Grab that. And there goes go. There's a redeem code used on gemsofwar.com right underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu, whatever game says in the bottom left corner of Tribute's ready. Yay, Tribute. Whatever your game says in the bottom left corner of settings, what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters, so it would be 6. And it gives the same order as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,000 rounds of gold. Hey, the mimic's still going for 10 minutes. I don't need it though. Anyways, okay. So let's go and let's go get this purification done. We're pretty much there. Definitely gonna go all the way. We're at 450. Let's go to 500. Hello, Andrew. Welcome, welcome. Hey, you were in oh wait, were you actually in the guild for when we did that? Nice. I knew you were for some amount of time. I didn't realize you actually were when we got first place. Nice. But yeah, you remember that then. You can attest to that. But yeah, we got the first place in the first ever Guild War. And pretty high positions in many of them after. Though we went a lot more casual by like the 30th Guild War, so. Or 20th, I can't remember exactly when. But there was a point where we kind of just got a lot more chill on it. Because at one point, we were like kicking people for doing bad in Guild Wars. And eventually, we just kind of stopped caring. Because it's more important that people donated a lot to the guild as far as gold than it was for them to do good in Guild War. And we eventually just reached a point where we stopped caring about the Guild War score. Like, obviously, we don't want people scoring too low in Guild War, but still. Like, I haven't kicked anyone for bad Guild War score in years. Whereas back then, we used to do it pretty frequently. Since we're trying to maintain a really high position. Still #1 all time, but current season #6. Wait, you mean for Puzzle Quest 3? Or are they actually on season 6 already? Last I checked, they were on like season 2. How quick are their seasons? Is it like 4 weeks? How on earth are they already on season 6? That's quicker than Gems of War seasons. Unless each season's like a month in that game. Because Gems of War seasons take, oh, are you referring to something else? Because I was gonna say, because Gems of War seasons take 10 weeks. Oh, rank 6. Oh, I see what you mean. I misunderstood what you said. Yeah. I was gonna say. Do we plan on going 4 of the Obsidian for the final? You can. However, it is safer to run 1 tank with 3 of them. The main reason you actually want to run the tank, other than for him to tank, is he's the only thing in the entire delve that has explode. And the reason that's relevant is because there's going to be a lot of bad gargoyle gems on the board. And if you don't have an explode option, you have no way of taking them. Unless you just get like a random doom skull in the correct location.
So you're going to want to run 1 to tank into 3 of the legends, most likely. It is possible to run 4 to legends, but it's mostly his bad gargoyle gem creation that makes me want to run at least 1 exploder. So that we can trigger the power gem. What are those random guardian looking gems on the board? Oh, basically it's a new power gem mechanic. Every single season now, also there's seasons now, which last for 10 weeks, you know, kind of like any game with a season pass and all that. They added that to the game. Though everything in the season pass you can get for free at a later time, unlike other game season passes where if you don't get it like during the season, you pretty much will never get it again. Luckily in Gems of War it all becomes free to play at a later point. Quite a bit quite recently, or you know, not that long after. However, yeah, every single season, basically for 10 weeks, there's a higher chance, or there is a chance that a specific power gem will fall from the sky. This season is good and bad gargoyle gems. So here you can see a good gargoyle gem. You can tell by their eyes. The good ones are blue, the bad ones are red. And the good ones give you a random positive status effect to all allies, and the red one gives a negative to all enemies. And it works the same way if the enemy ends up taking it. So if he takes a blue good one, he'll get positive. And if he takes the red negative one, we'll get negative. Like, there's the negative one. And if we destroy it, it'll give negative status effects to him. We got stun and, I think, fairy fire there. Yeah, that's what those do. And there's a bunch of different ones. Some of them pretty good, some of them pretty bad. But they kind of change things up. And there's also troops that can end up creating them, which we're going to see when we do the pure faction here. Because generally, after the season stops, you don't have that storm anymore, so the only thing that can really do it are troops that have the mechanic. The storm's kind of just a temporary thing per season, just to kind of change things up a little. And it slightly changes up the meta. It normally doesn't game-breakingly change the meta most times. But it can definitely change things up here and there every 10 weeks, or technically every 11 weeks. Because the way that it works is we have a 10-week season, then there's 1 week in-between time where we have Tower of Doom event, and then another 10-week campaign. And that's how they've been doing them. I think we're on season... What season are we on? 10. Oh yeah, duh, it's literally in the thumbnail name. We're on the 10th season of Gems of War. Though, you don't have to worry about missing any of the past ones, because everything is obtainable through free-to-play means. Even if you missed every season up to this point, you can literally get all of it in the drop table. Which I really like. I hate games where it has... Because they seem so intimidating to get in. Like games where they have like a billion season passes, but then you can never get any of the loot from them. So if you start like 2 years late in the game, it's like, oh, well, I can't get all this stuff. But luckily in Gems of War, you actually can get it even if you skip years, which is kind of nice. I wish more games were like that. We're almost at Pure Faction, so close yet so far. Oh, we should reach it in the next like 15-ish or so minutes. Not that far away. I always think that troop has immune to Devour for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, Lycanthropy gems were really annoying. What they do is put a status effect on a enemy at a 15% chance per turn that they'll transform into a random beast. And it can really hurt your composition. And it's even more annoying than Deathmark. Even though Deathmark completely kills you, the fact that it can have a higher chance is the main thing that makes it strong. And also very annoying because it happens like almost every time you get hit by a bunch of them. Unless you have like a cleanse or something. They do still have that one turn delay though, like Deathmark, so you'll never get hit on it on turn 1. But the chance that you do get hit by is a lot more likely, due to the higher percent. Wish you could trade locations of where we are in the delve. Wait, what delve are you on? If you've been farming this whole time, you should be about at the same level, unless you're doing all rooms. Even if you're doing all rooms, you'd probably at like, what, 350-ish by now? Because skip method doesn't go that much quicker since we have to still do 5 rooms instead of 3. It's not one of those super quick delves, unfortunately. Otherwise, we'd already be done. If this was one of the 3 rooms delves, we would already be done with it. Gotta grind a little bit more. Oh, you haven't been doing it the whole time? Oh, okay. Because I know some people farm during the same time as their stream as well. Especially during like vault events and such. Yeah, I got really busy today. I haven't done the dailies in like any game yet. Speaking of which, after we go do Pure Faction, we're going to be ending the stream by doing the dailies for Gems of War. Because I haven't actually touched them yet. We still need to go get 10 crowns and all that. So it's probably going to be an overall 2-hour stream, it looks like. Because at this point, we're going to finish to 500, do Deathless and Pure Faction, then get our 10 crowns and everything else we need to do for the standard dailies. The 10 crown one will be gone soon. Though we definitely need to do it. We get Zenith on Thursday. And that thing's like stronger than the Mythic. Unfortunately, it is on the paid side to pass, so free-to-play should be able to get it in about 2 months from now, I think. It's like 6 weeks to 2 months from now, somewhere around there. I don't think we know the official date yet. Also, realistically, that's when everyone gets Zenith. Because most people aren't going to spend the money to get double Zenith. And I know I'm not. So once it becomes free-to-play is when people will pretty much be able to actually use Zenith. Because a lot of Zenith teams need 2 of them on a team, not 1. Like, you can still use 1 Zenith, obviously. But double Zeniths are going to make the crazy broken teams. I finally got a haircut. Oh, hello, Siberian. Welcome, welcome. One of the things I was able to get done today. There's still so much I didn't get done. Hopefully we'll be able to do most of that tonight into tomorrow morning. And then we'll do Xenoblade tomorrow morning. Yeah, there's a chance Xenoblade stream might start a little bit closer to 9 a.m. I want to try starting it at 8. But it might start closer to 9 or 10 if I still have to finish up some things in the morning. You thought the green screen had erased my hair? No. It'd be funny if it did. Hey, what if it was colored green? I never dye my hair, though. Not a big fan of it. Generally, any body modification like that, I'm generally not a huge fan of. Like, I don't mind it in practice. There's just so many weird, like, ingredients in a lot of those products. I just wouldn't really want to put it on me. Also, gosh, we have a little bit too many sigils. We still have 8 right now. Looks like we bought a tier or 2 too many. Should just went for the tier 5. I went for the lucky 7s. I was going to do tier 5 and I was like, yeah, I'll go a little bit longer. Or higher, I mean. But it was basically accounting for if it was like a 3-room delve rather than a 5-room. What about a totally rad piercing? I'm not a huge fan of piercings. I never really understood the appeal of them too much. Alright, we're finally reached 500. Let's try doing Pure Faction Deathless simultaneously. See if we can get lucky. So here's the team we showed on Friday that I still haven't covered a video on. Soon, TM. However, let's do the Pure Faction. If nothing else, at least for the video, we can say we have Pure Faction done now. That's the only good thing about, like, waiting on the video. It's like, hey, here's the proof that we've done pure faction with it. It worked well. Oh, we got Valraven here already. It's convenient. Okay, so right off the bat, this is a bad board. This is like the worst board we'd want to see with a team like this. Gosh. What even is this board? There's a good... Luckily we have enchant. Like, this battle would be so horrific if we did not have enchant right now. For the extra bit of guarantee mana. Also, look at how many gargoyle jumps are going to be on the board. Because neither side can really take them. Until now. Okay, we need to just hit a bunch of skulls and then just get a billion value. And now we can just start winning. So, he's about to also explode soon. Oh, wait, never mind, no. You know what? We can just do this again. Let's get a billion negative stats effects on him. And now we just spam damage. I'll let him have the skull. Oh no, he got lycanthroped. We could do that so he dies all the way. And we pretty much just win. Let's go take a billion bad gargoyles. Take like a purple. Actually, I need brown. Actually, I'll just skull him twice. No! Lycanthropy! Gosh, lycanthropy is by far the most annoying mechanic they've ever added to the game. It's also probably the most controversial effect they ever added. Mostly because it nerfs using all stats effects simultaneously. Similar to bad gargoyle gems here. Because you do not want to see it transform when you have it disabled with a billion other effects. Yeah, it is by far the most annoying mechanic they've ever added. Luckily, they haven't done any bad ones since then. Which is good. But gosh, is it horrifically bad. So far we're on track for Deathless. There's a chance we might be able to get it. Oh, that's a lot. Oh gosh, look at all that bad gargoyle right there. Unfortunately, we can't explode them directly. So I'm gonna have to take it like that. Oh, in theory, we technically got more that way. Okay, and now we just have to kind of get an explode. Actually, ideally, we just want to get brown purple. Or more specifically brown. Because at that point, we just win. And he's dead. 2 down. 3 to go. Tennessee with a tattoo? No, I would never get a tattoo. I would never ever get a tattoo. I don't know, don't quite understand why you would necessarily want it on your body. Like, I understand the concept of commissioning art. But as far as, like, having it on your body, like, that I wouldn't want. I'd rather just get something custom made and hang it on a wall than have it on my body. Let's see. Let's take that one over. And never say never. What do we need here? We'll take that though. Yeah, I don't mind people that get them. It's just not for me. I'll take that over. We're about to get mana drains. Because unfortunately, you cannot connect gargoyle gems together. Oh gosh, no. Oh, that's not good. This is slightly problematic. That is so lucky. This is still slightly problematic, though. Just don't die to Deathmark, and we'll be fine. Actually, did neither of them even get Deathmark? Never mind, we're fine. I'm pretty sure neither of them actually got Deathmark there. That wasn't even a good troop that initiated that explode, either. It just happens to have explode. Yeah, let's hope this one doesn't have explode. Oh, good, it doesn't. Okay, we're in the clear. This battle has no explode, and we only have to deal with one exploder on final battle. That's, I believe, in his first slot position. So once we kill and/or disable him, we just win. So at this point, let me take purple, then just throw AoE spam. And then we explode the board, and then we win. I'm just gonna stall. Mostly just waiting for some gargoyle gems. Let him do whatever. Yeah, let's go for it. He's Hunter's marked right now, which is kind of bad. Because his first slot's not actually entangled right now. We really need purple or brown. Unfortunately, not really happening here. I might go for explode, but honestly, if we just take a blue here, he's gonna have like no way to convert. Unfortunately, he found a little way. He found the way. Okay, we got entangle. If we could just get a brown or purple, that'd be great. Like any mana at all would be wonderful. Just let him get score reflected as well, but I don't want to risk him dying if we can keep him alive to the final fight. See if we can go Deathless here. We should be able to at this point. Okay, I'm going to deliberately not cast, because at this point we don't get as much of a benefit from doing negative stats effects or positive to him. So we're just going to kind of just try to get the mana and then be good to go. That's pretty much the game plan at this point. And then we just win from full mana, and then we won. There we go. Let's match. Alright, let's do the final. Might get a Deathless Spear faction. We're on track for it. See if it happens. Our main goal is probably kill Dark Golem immediately. Honestly, that's more scary than his AoE damage. Actually, we're almost doing more damage than him. But yeah, we want to kill his first slot. Once we kill his first slot, we're in the clear. Because once he's down, we don't really have much of a threat on the opposing team. Do I take skulls? I guess I kind of have to. He has 50% reduction though, is the only problem with doing that. I'd almost rather just take a purple here. Actually, I could do both. Perfect. So we do that. Damage pressure or take the brown? It's kind of safe to take the brown now. Because I don't want him having it either. Alright, so let's just start spamming. Unfortunately, he's going to explode here. Let's just hope he does it in a very bad way. I don't know, should I preemptively explode? There's a couple different ways we could do this. I think we would do it this way. Okay, we land extra turn off that as well. That's actually really good. I could take a skull poke here as well. Not sure if I want it though. I'd rather skull distract him. Hey, good. He wasted his turn on it. I can go for double AoE here. The only problem is I can't take red or purple, and he's about to disable us with the thing. He got a couple of them. He got a web on our first slot. That doesn't actually do anything though. The most scary one is Death Mark on last slot because it might ruin our Deathless. I don't think it's going to cause us to lose the battle, but it would definitely ruin our Deathless. Good, he cleansed. That's huge. We have the ability to explode him again now if we want to. Which we definitely want to do if we can actually get it down. His first slot's almost dead, which is very important. Gonna give him some red, but he doesn't actually... Oh, actually he does use it, doesn't he? Forgot that first slot. As long as we do it before him, though, it shouldn't really matter as much. I'm so tempted to take that purple because he needs it for everything. Brown would be really good right about now. Wait, what's the move on the board currently? Is it just that blue? Okay, we definitely want to give it to him then. Nice. Okay, we got the shuffle. Unfortunately, I don't think I could do anything with the shuffle. Yes, I can. I can take a brown. It's perfect. So we'll take that down. Got a skull poke as well. I think we just go for an explode into there. We can get a triple... did we go for quad? Yeah, we'll go for triple, I think. Actually, I kind of just want to take a purple here. It's going to give him brown, but he doesn't immediately do anything from having brown. Can I cascade brown or purple into each other? No, I cannot, unfortunately, almost. Purple wouldn't have even mattered. It had to have been a brown, though, to actually be value. Is that the only move on the board? That red over there? It's not guaranteed that's going to give him an option. I don't want to shuffle him, so I'm going to do this. We might end up shuffling him. We do this and try for Skull for Sky. Didn't get it. He creates some gargoyle. We just take a skull poke. Right, we're in a pretty good position now. Unfortunately, that death mark is going to be very annoying, and we'll probably actually get the kill. I need to hit 2 browns with this explode, which means our best bet is oddly enough actually over here. No! He got transformed. Okay, as long as we don't die to death mark, we're in a pretty... Oh, but then again, at least he doesn't have the explode option anymore. But as long as we don't get death marked, we're in a pretty safe position. His attack's also lower, which is probably the only good thing about that transform. This is still slightly losable, though. Very unlikely to lose. It's more so if we get Deathless or not. I need that Death Mark to cleanse. If we get that Death Mark to cleanse, we're pretty much in the clear. Is there any way I could take a blue while still giving him an option to take a blue? Yes. I actually deliberately want to make sure he has a move, so we get to shuffle. Good, we got the cleanse right there. So our plan worked. We'll take a brown here. Unfortunately, he might get a Doomskull poke, which will chain into a lot of value. Gosh, the whole board's almost got gargoyles at this point. Alright, let's throw down double gargoyle. Or double of the thing. It's not actually going to kill anything yet. Which I might want to take this brown or purple first. Is this the only move on the board? No. So let's take it. Even more of a reason to. He's going to take a blue or a green. Both of which do almost nothing. Which is very beneficial. So he's going to pass our turn. We're going to pass our turn again. Because he's forced to have to take that blue and probably into a shuffle. Alright, no shuffle, but we get a purple out of it. And he'll be forced to take a purple. Unless he casts, in which case he'll be forced to cast. I can explode everything. The amount of negative gargoyle gems we'll get on him is really high. However, I kind of just want to pressure damage, because he's going to be forced to at least take a red there. Which gives us the shuffle. Which means I can now go for a big explode here. I'm going to do it over here, I think. So we do that. That's a lot of value. Dealing different negative stats effects there. Zabel has a whole team. We can try going for it again. I think I just want to go for Purple Surge, though. Actually, I want to go for Brown. Get our AoEs down. No, it's not Deathless! No! Oh, well, we got to go do another run for Deathless. So this is definitely going to be a win. But no Deathless. Boo. Oh, so we didn't even get an enchant from all that. When we triggered that many gargoyle gems, not a single one gave us enchant on anything useful. Unless our first slot got it, but he's already dead. So close yet so far. Okay, there's going to be an issue where none of us are going to get any mana for the next several turns. It's going to be really funny. It's just going to keep shuffling the board over and over again. Because we're both kind of in a situation where we can't do anything. What a weird gem type. Like, when you have no board control whatsoever, gargoyles are kind of weird. There we go. Oh, no wonder why I did so much more bad than good. I forgot. You only create bad gems. But there we go. That is 500 purification. You can tell by the fact we got like 1 billion of these things. Well, there's still one last thing to do. We still gotta do Deathless. So let me go bring out the normal team. Oh, there we go. 500 purification done. Unfortunately, we did take a death. Which means gotta go bring out our delving team again. Oh, this is gonna be really easy to get Deathless on. Normally you just do them separately, which in this case happened to be the case. But I was hoping we could get it simultaneously. Well, we'll just run Zugoff real quick. And get Zugoff. It's not gonna take that long. And then we'll go clear all the other dailies, which I still haven't actually done yet. Yeah, there we go, that's purification done. Overall, wasn't that bad. Though there's definitely a lack of ways to deal with the gargoyle gems. Because the entirety of the delve only has 1 board control, and it's not even a good one. He just does 1 explosion that sometimes will do a few more explosions, if you happen to do them on skulls. The other issue is because he's a single target explode, you cannot actually target the power gem. Which leads to some weird situations where you can't actually target where you want. Because you can't target the power gems themselves. Oh, you can explode them still by adjacent exploding, but you can't target directly the power gem for the starting point of the explode. But yeah, if he was a better exploder, that delve would be a little bit more, or less weird on the final stretch. But overall, wasn't that bad. Definitely not the worst delve out there. And oddly enough, probably one you could do pretty easily at lower level range, just because you can get value from the effects a lot more than AI. Because you basically just have to outplay the AI on the board. Because beyond that point, you're just going to get a bunch of entangle, silence, other beneficial effects. That'll make the enemy unable to do anything. Destroy with a throw, of all things. Ah, there we go. Final battle time. Though this will be way more anticlimactic than the other one, since obviously we already know we won. Unless we somehow get death marked or poked a billion times somehow. Oh, then again, you know, if we get double skull poked here, we actually could die. Oh, we're fine. We got our Devourer. It's over. Unfortunately, we did get frozen there. So I'm going to have to go and do it this way. Unfortunately, we're frozen, so it does lose our turn, but it just dies to Zug off. We have 1,000, so it's not like we're dying. And there we go. And that's Deathless. And now if we go to our Underworld, all for 10 points. And now if we go to Underworld, we should have a 2,500 depths. Obsidian depths. Oh, there we go. Let's guarantee 3 bottom treasure rooms here, here, and here. And that is a treasure room. It's the only treasure room that doesn't have the higher gold. It has a higher glory instead. It's that one outlier Underworld delve. Yep, there we go. Max score. And now it is 90,000. Oh yeah, what did we get for, oh gosh, does anyone remember? What was the 88,000 stat? Because we actually got that. Wait, was it magic? Hold up. Oh wait, it was a permanent magic. Hold up. I think someone was mentioning in the stream earlier. I was wondering what they meant. But yeah, that was a magic bonus, wasn't it? 88,000? Oh yeah, we also got the max pets in our mail. I'll go get it in a second. But, yeah, it was magic. Ooh, that's the final magic we ever get from Underworld. Yeah, that's huge. An extra +1 magic. That's actually a really useful one. That's nice. There we go. Anyways, let's go get the max pet. Should be laying somewhere in all this mess. This was a new pet added on Friday, associated to the faction. It just gives faction bonus, which is pretty useless to us. It's just a hot rock. It's a pet rock, but it's hot. Let's see, upgradable. Yeah, might as well get you upgraded. Have I maxed any pet from this kingdom yet? How do I check? No. I deliberately want to not max this. The reason being, the paid pet. There's a mythic pet for this kingdom. And we could try to roll it off our middle task to try to get it a little bit quicker. If we so choose. Which we might try doing. It would also allow us to get more copy of the stone thing, which isn't as relevant, but it would also allow us to do so. So I'm going to make sure I deliberately don't max his pet. And by max, I mean the level. So it would have been easier if I would have sent it just to a legendary. So now I gotta make sure I don't accidentally click the other one. Or we could go hand feed the thing. Which is a mechanic that you like never use. I actually forgot it's even a thing. You can't even hand feed it a variety. Not like you'd want to. There's only 2 valid things to ever feed a pet. It's its corresponding color or white. You would never want to feed it anything else because it only gives 10 points. I almost forgot that's even a function. It's a function you would never ever use. And we got a bunch of gems from the pet milestones. Which means, don't we get the orb next? We should. Yeah, it's just a small orb though. Haven't hit the big orb milestone for the next one. You get every 100. Every 25 is a smaller one. Anyways, we're not done yet. We still haven't done every daily. So let's do those real quick. Luckily those don't take that long at all. Let's go clear through them. It's mostly just adventure board. Well, I don't do the dungeon daily or the arena one. But, you know, it's just basically daily adventure board, dungeons, and currently during this event, we got to go do the crowns. And we need that so we can get Zenith on Thursday. So we can mess with that on Thursday night stream. And maybe cover a video for it on Friday. Because I don't think we're having anything relevant on Friday. Next Friday. So I'll probably just cover a video on Zenith teams. Because realistically, Zenith is a Mythic. It's not actually a Mythic, but it's better than everything in the entire kingdom, including the Mythic. Like, it's not actually the rarity of a Mythic, but it effectively is a Mythic. Don't you need to have a task? Yes, you do need to have a task. However, we're eventually going to reach the point where we get the task. But yes, you need the task before it will happen. But if I'm not mistaken, isn't the one where you need a level 20 pet pretty early? Like, isn't it around 11? Or 12 or something? Like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty early on. Because I know for a while we had it for Nexus. Actually, don't we still have it for Nexus? So let me do one more battle, I'll go check. Because I believe Nexus is at the exact amount of stars where we'd have it. I'm not sure if we're getting enough troops to be able to do that for the other kingdom though. But let me go double check something. Because I believe Nexus is exactly at it. Yes, upgrade a pet to level 20. So it's from level 12 to 13 is when it asks you to do the pet thing. And I'm currently trying to do this for Moist Owlet and for Barkley. And I've been making sure not to get any copies of the other two. Yeah, we've just been getting them for cheaper upgrades. Unfortunately, sometimes it's the wrong pet like that lion, but ideally it'll do the other two. Anyways, we did that. Now we need to go farm some crowns real quick. Since we currently still have this pass to deal with. Which luckily isn't always a mechanic. But it doesn't take that long. All we have to do is go to a location where it's good to dust level. And just dust level it for like 10 minutes or less. And that'll be the last daily we need to get done. So if anyone has any questions or anything you want me to go over now, would be a good time to ask. As at this point, we're pretty much just farming crowns until we have them, and then we'll call it a night. And it'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night. If you enjoyed the streams, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. There we go. First one of 10. Let's go get them all. Luckily the first 9 aren't that bad. The last one can sometimes hide a bit. Chalcedony should have come in as a Mythic. Yeah, Chalcedony's pretty insane. Oddly enough, even though Chalcedony and Zenith are the two most broken things in the kingdom, they would not be used on the same team. The teams you would use for Chalcedony and the teams you would use for Zenith are two completely different types of teams. Despite them both being the two strongest things from the kingdom, you would never actually use them in a team together, most likely. Maybe never, but you know, you generally wouldn't. And the main reason being Zenith doesn't use brown. If it did, then you could. But the fact that Zenith doesn't use brown, and the fact that it will also overwrite all of the gargoyles, or at least most of the gargoyles, would make it that you would pretty much never use them together. Even if it did use brown, you probably still wouldn't in most situations. But the fact that it doesn't means you definitely would never use it with Zenith. I mean, with Zenith. Chalcedony, isn't that what I'm saying? I'm not sure. Someone in the other stream said I said Chalcedony like 5 different times during the course of the stream. I think it was on our Friday morning stream when we did it. Like during the 3-hour stream, someone said we said it like 5 different times. So I'm not even aware of how I'm saying it. So I can know the exact correct way to pronounce it, and I'd probably still find ways to say it correctly. Also, Weeb have found a whole horde of Zeniths. Gosh. At this rate, we'll get it done in like 3 minutes. Too bad it doesn't keep this rate the entire time. Unless we get really lucky. Because I think we need like 4 more right now. 5 or 4. Wow, we're actually getting really decent luck on them. The biggest issue is the final one, though. Are we going to get lucky on the final? We need 2 more. Wow, we are almost already done. We, like, just started. We just started farming them and we're already done, basically. Chalcedony is correct. Isn't that what I'm saying? Now to find the elusive last 2. I just said elusive. I tried combining elusive and last. There we go. And now the super elusive last one. Which for whatever reason has a way lower rate of appearing, and they really should make it so it doesn't do that. Especially since it seems to cause glitches with other events sometimes. Like it did last weekend with the Vault event. There's really no reason it should artificially be that much harder to get. Let's make them all even rate. There it is. Okay, wow, we did really good on this time. What was that, 5 minutes? Sure felt like it. That was probably one of the quickest times we ever got, all 10. Well, there we go. It has been done. Progress. Yeah, now we need to go do it a few more times. Well, technically we're doing it throughout the entire event, even once we finish. Because there's some extra reward if you got the paid thingy. Which, nothing too good down here, but you know, if you already paid for it, might as well. Obviously, we mostly did it for like Zenith early, to DavidBlack, stuff like that. Mostly just gets the stuff maxed early as well as Zenith early. Which is probably one of the more interesting things to see how that pans out. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them for Guild War though. Especially get one version of them. Maybe a double version because it'd be really funny. Which means we'd probably be able to do that like 3 Guild Wars from now. Maybe 2 Guild Wars from now. We'd be able to do the double Zenith. It's probably going to be 3 Guild Wars from now though. Because I don't think we'd have double by 2 Guild Wars. Because when's our next Guild War? Next Guild War is 2 weeks from now. Well, we will have oh, that's interesting. We will have Zenith for next Guild War. Also, even if you didn't buy the... Oh, no, it would still be paylocked. Never mind. I forgot. It would still be paylocked by then. But yeah, next Guild War we could Zenith. We can't double Zenith, but we can single Zenith. Interesting. I'm not sure if we will. It's a very high risk, high reward troop in a PvP-like situation. So I'm not sure if it's worth the risk. Well, I might try it for fun. At least for one day, just to see what happens. Even if we lose. Just to see. Oh yeah, it would help if I claim the rewards. Hey, we got Dark Soul. Huh, I wonder what that's a reference to. I couldn't think of a single thing that this might be referencing. It can't possibly be referencing some kind of game. Some kind of series. But anyways. How to get double Zenith? When it's in drop table. The only way to currently have double Zenith costs $58. Well, to currently have it right now, it costs $100. To have it in like a week from now, oh, well, technically no. But yeah, realistically, it costs $58 to have Zenith. And the way that you get it is one through the shop, which is way too overpriced. And then, of course, the one from the $8 pass, which is much more reasonably priced with everything else that it comes with. But you'll be able to have double Zenith in a couple weeks when free-to-play gets it. And by a couple weeks, I mean like a month and a half from now or 2 months. Because basically a month after the campaign pass ends in like 15 days. So like a month after that. So like 1.5 months. At that point, free-to-play will have access to it. So not only will free-to-play have it, but people who only have one Zenith, which would be almost everyone, would be able to get double Zenith, as well as many Zeniths as they want. So yeah, about a month and a half from now, we'll be able to run double Zenith. Because that's the realistic way to get it. Is this way until you can Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for it in probably October's Mythic. Will probably be the time when you'll be able to get him realistically. Because there's no way he's going to be in the drop table by next month's Mythic. So generally the way that everyone's going to get, or at least a lot of people are going to get double Zenith, is by opening Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests for the October Mythic. Because he should be in drop table by then. There's not 100% confirmation that he will, but there's a very high chance he will be in drop table by the time October Mythic hits. And that's the most likely time when people pick up double Zenith. Though I might open keys early to try to get Zenith the second he's in drop table. Because the exact week is available, we're going to want to get him just to mess around with him. But is the 2x Zenith team once it's available? I'm not sure yet. There's definitely a lot of things we can run. The base team is definitely going to be something, hero, obviously it's Geomancer, and double Zenith. What exactly that fourth option is and what you run for hero weapon is pretty flexible depending on what you want to do. Like obviously you could do something like Rope Dar and then do with that. You could do a mana accumulation into another mana accumulator. You could do one mana accumulator off your other troop and, you know, something more offensive off your hero. Maybe even a skull weapon like a Writhing Staff or something similar. I don't know. It's something that will need experimentation because there's no one way to run it. And it really just depends on what works best overall. We definitely need something with board clear, that's for sure. Either off a hero or off of the other troop. Realistically, it'll be off of other troop and not the hero because it could probably get rolling a bit quicker. And then use heroes to tank some kind of really safe mana accumulator in second that can clear the board very consistently. And then like double Zenith behind it is probably going to be the team. But it'll need testing before we really know for sure. This is something that in advance we won't know exactly how it'll work. But you know, we can kind of like guesstimate. Because it'll work kind of like Lord of Slaughter. You can even use it with Lord of Slaughter. Like, that's probably what we'll be doing when we do one Zenith. Like, Lord of Slaughter Zenith will be really strong. But it works very similarly to Lord of Slaughter, where you kind of go, like, for board clear. Like, you go for a mass mana accumulation initially, go for the board clear, and just kind of go from there. Just this one's kind of interesting because it also gets to spam negative status effects. But you also have to worry about how many gargoyle gems are on the board because that determines how much you have. Whereas something like Lord of Slaughter is determined by how many browns you have on the board. Whereas this thing is determined based on how many gargoyle gems you have on the board. However, every extra turn you take puts them on. So if you had like extra turn spam, you'd be able to get a lot of value. The biggest issue with it is probably going to be landing extra turn. Because you kind of need something to land extra turn. Like how exactly you'll go about that is depending on, you know, what you want to do. Oddly enough, one really funny way you could do it is actually Chalcedony. So even though I said earlier you might not run Chalcedony for it, it's not actually true. Because you could run Chalcedony with hero using another mana accumulating weapon, like the book, that brown book that they added, that brown purple book from the faction, which I highly advise getting. You have one more day for it, today or yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But you could actually run Chalcedony or book in first slot, either or. But have book plus Chalcedony, the brown purple one that they added, then have double Zenith behind it, and then go crazy with Geomancer. That would be really funny because you can infinite create those gargoyle gems, assuming it doesn't miss the first cast. But you could like almost infinitely do it off a single Chalcedony. The only problem with that is I'm pretty sure brown gems replace the gargoyle gems, but it'll still allow you to ensure you have at least a few. Because if you cast her 3 times, even if you overwrite some, you're probably gonna have like 4 or 5 bad gargoyle gems on the board. And if you have, even if you only have 5, only, you're gonna be creating, what is it? Isn't that like 18 Doom Skulls or something? What is it? It's, even if you had 5 on the board, you would create 20. Unfortunately, only your first cast would do 20. The other one would do a little bit less. However, you have to keep in mind, the extra turn that you do when you cast them. So let's say there's 5 on the board, because we just cast Chalcedony a billion times and now just 5. We can then cast them for 20 Doom Skulls, which is pretty solid for 15 mana cost. Then it board clears. However, that is hitting extra turns. So at minimum, we're going to have 2 gargoyle gems on the board that we can then go use. Possibly even more if it like changed Cascades, which is pretty likely. So, be interesting to see how that pans out. Like I guess that has a lot of potential. But I don't know. Single Zenith teams, who knows? Maybe single Zenith will work out better than double Zenith. We won't really know till Thursday when we mess around with it a bunch. We'll cover a video on it next Friday. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. We're mostly going to be going over weekly spoilers, all that, kind of finishing up any loose ends for the week, though I think at this point we have finished pretty much everything. Speaking of which, I forgot to claim the orb for the raid boss. We got the Rock God, and unfortunately got a useless Major Arch. The Rock God title, to go with our Dark Souls titles. Let's see, could you do Lord of Slaughter, Obsidian, Librim, and Double Zenith? You could probably get away with that. Though, I'm not sure about Obsidian. But yeah, Lord of Slaughter with Zenith will work. I'm not sure you can get away with Lord of Slaughter with double Zenith. That I'm not quite sure. Because the only issue with that is how much mana accumulation everything needs. Once it gets going, it'll be fine. The problem is getting it going. But no, we'll have to see. Gargoyle gems are not replaced by gem creation. Wait, are they not? Hold up. I haven't even been paying attention to that. That's actually kind of huge. Oh, that's going to be broken with Chalcedony then. Hold up. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're kind of like how stone blocks work. I knew stone blocks didn't, but I forgot. It actually applies to most, if not all, power gems. So that'd be interesting to see how that pans out then. Because that's actually going to be really strong with Chalcedony then. Because your team's going to be... If you're doing double Zenith, your whole team's going to be Construct. Like, there's no situation where you're not at that point. So you'd be able to get the full benefit of Chalcedony. You could also technically do Stone Slicer and other similar things. Those Chalcedony would be more consistent because it's creating all of a single color. But yeah, we'll have to mess around with it. There's definitely a lot of testing we have to do with Zenith. It definitely has the most potential to actually be good out of anything related to the New Kingdom. Well, other than Chalcedony, which already is. But, you know, as far as, like, higher rarity stuff like Legends and Mythics, it's definitely going to be the strongest thing in that category from the Kingdom. As well as the strongest thing that actually applies Gargoyle gems, because Chalcedony does not actually do Gargoyle gems. Everything else, there's quite a few other things that do. But as far as the strongest option that will, it's definitely going to be Zenith going forward into the future. The only problem is it's only bad Gargoyle. It doesn't do good Gargoyle. It doesn't do like random, or it only does bad. But that's still good, because bad is actually better than good. Due to, it's better to disable the enemy than to buff yourself. And that's what he does. It's one of the reasons why that Mythic also isn't that good. Because you're only creating good ones. Whereas the bad ones are actually stronger overall. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. We'll be back tomorrow night, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. We'll have a stream probably in about 12 hours from now. I'll probably start a little bit closer to 10 with the Xenoblade Chronicle stream. And we'll go through all of Chapter 4. And maybe start Chapter 5, depends what we get to. But hopefully we'll at least be able to finish all of Chapter 4 on that one. Which is slightly more than halfway through the game, I believe. So yeah, we'll see how we go from there. And pretty much a game plan. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 during the day tomorrow. We'll have the 2 videos going over the 2 events, hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we'll have our normal stream tomorrow night going over all the spoilers for the week. And then, of course, we'll have the Monday video up on sometime Monday, going over all the weekly stuff as well. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with everything. And I'll catch you guys soon. Bye, everyone. And thanks for watching.